You see my hat? What's up? You see? King Geo, King Geo. Hey, what's up? What's up? It's me again. Yes, my friend, I am back again, making two videos in one shot today. I want to talk about something that's very, very, very important and endearing to me, guys. Um, so I'm going to say this. In 2002, um, well, I got married in September 11th, 2001. I mean, just September 11th, 2000. I'm sorry. And I had a baby girl, thank God. And in 2002, my ex-wife decided to go outside of our marriage, and that part didn't bother me because I'm not a jealous person. Um, but what bothered me was that she didn't use protection, and in not using that protection, she got HIV, and she passed it on to me. Okay. For those who don't know me, um, after that happened, before that happened, she had left the house. She had abandoned our. She I didn't care about me, but we had a 10-month-old girl, and she abandoned my daughter to go with another man. And that's when I fought custody. I got custody of my daughter later on. And I've raised my daughter since she was 10 months old by myself, with the help of my mother, of course. And that was in 2002. I remember it was October 28th, 2002 when I was told that I was HIV positive. And I'm making this video is to raise awareness on HIV, AIDS. We caught up with COVID. We're caught up. We've been caught up with so many things in the past few years that we are forgetting that AIDS is still out there. HIV is still out there. Um, you don't see it too much on the news because with so many medication out there that they think and they say to themselves, there's no need for us to make any more news about HIV because with medications you can live a fruitful life. But that's not the point. Everybody that gets HIV does not deal with their body does not deal with HIV in the same way. I didn't take medication to my 10th year. No, yeah, 8 years. I didn't take medication until 2009, and I was never sick. I never got any symptoms, and I never got anything that they say that you get with having HIV or AIDS. Let's call it AIDS because they're both two in one. They're both the same thing. I'm not a doctor. I don't like saying HIV and AIDS. AIDS is AIDS. AIDS is HIV. HIV is AIDS. And for the simple reason that I say that, and anyone that wants to refute me, you can be more than welcome to. They just separate that just for the simple reason that you can feel better saying that you have HIV instead of having AIDS. And the reason that I say that is because they're the same thing. They say HIV causes AIDS, stuff like that. No, it's the same thing. When I say the same thing, it's because when you get your cold, right, and you get a cold, you don't want your cold to become a pneumonia, right? So your cold is like this, right? And if you don't take care of this, and you don't take care of this, right, it comes to red, then it turns blue. So now this cold has turned into a pneumonia. So it has two different characteristics. Now it has two different characteristics. It does now. It's functioning differently because now the pneumonia it's gone into your lungs. So this is totally different. Now it's not. Now it's no more the flu. Now it's pneumonia. AIDS and HIV is the same thing. It's the RNA does not change. It does not mutate from HIV to AIDS. It does not do that. It doesn't take a different form. So let's say if it was like this, and then it moved like this, and then now from like this it's HIV, and like this it's AIDS. It doesn't do that. It stays the same. The cell, the AIDS cell, and nothing changes physically in the physical sense. Nothing changes of the virus. Nothing changes at all. So back in the 80s, they figured to say, we're going to call it AIDS, and then we call it HIV. And you get more funding for people with HIV. It's all a funding thing, but it's the same thing. The same thing. It does not change at all. So AIDS is AIDS. Now they're classifying AIDS that if your CD4s are below 200, then you have AIDS. If you have HIV and you have another complicated, and you have another a second co-infection, of a thrush or something. I forgot, but there's a list that if you have one of those two things, if you have those two things, then you're considered to have AIDS. You know, so it's AIDS what it is. So we don't talk too much about AIDS because of the medication, because of how medicine has become so advanced that you see a person like me, you say, oh, you know what? Look at Gio. Look at King Gio. He's okay. That doesn't matter. No, but it does matter. Because like I said, everybody's body reacts differently. You could have it and you pass it on to somebody else, and that person might react differently than you do. I'm going to show you a picture. You see this picture right here? This is a picture. This is this, and this is what AIDS was back in the 80s. You see how gruesome that was? People went from 200 pounds to 100 pounds. People got sores. People got Kaposi sarcoma. That's cancer of the brain. People got lesions. They got lesions in their backs. They got lesions in their mouth. It was horrible. It was literally horrible. You were watching a person waste away. You know, and it's sad. It was sad. It took a lot of lives. AIDS per se does not kill. It does not kill you. It just deteriorates your CD4s. And I'm going to explain to you how it works. So this is your CD4, right? This is what is called your T cell, right? So on your T cells, you have these little spikes, like the coronavirus, but they all have spikes. They have spikes here, right? So here comes the AIDS cell. So the AIDS cells come here. It attaches itself to the CD4, and then it mutates itself to the CD4. Now it's going. It's got a latch. It's got a first latch. If it doesn't latch, it's not doing anything. So in order for it to survive, it has to latch to another cell. So it latches onto this cell, and then it mutates and it makes a replica of itself. So now this cell is dead. Your CD4 is dead, and your the AIDS cell took over. But it mutated, right? It camouflaged itself. So as it's going by your body, other CD4s is thinking, hey, this is my homeboy because it looks like me, and you know, it's my homeboy. So he comes, hey, let's talk. When they talk, oof, he latches to that one, and he replicates himself, and he keeps replicating. We keep replicating. So what medication does is that some medication don't let the AIDS virus attach itself to the spikes. Okay, so if it can attach itself to the spikes, that means that it can't replicate and it dies. There are other medications that it lets it latch to the spikes, but it doesn't let it penetrate. Because once they get to the spike, now they got to penetrate the cell. So some other meds let them stay on the spike, but it cannot penetrate. And if it cannot penetrate, it cannot survive. So then it dies. But what's the tricky thing about it is that once one of these cells finds out that they are being attacked, what they do is that they go dormant. They go dormant and they stay shut down for whatever period of time you're taking your meds. They hide in your lymph nodes, underneath your pit, underneath your arms. So it's hard to find. So if you stop taking your meds, and then that'll trigger them, and then they'll come back out. But as long as you're taking your meds, and they know that you're taking your meds, they're not going to come out. They're going to stay dormant. So that's how it works. So it doesn't destroy your body. It destroys your immune system. So therefore, if you get a cold, it's can be kind of hard for you to fight it off. And if you only have 2 or 3 CD4s and you get a cold and you got no helper to help you, then you die from the pneumonia. But AIDS itself never killed. Um, so everybody's body's different. Everybody takes an AIDS news differently. I took it like with a grain of salt, and I just kept on going. And I've been positive now for 17 years. Let me make sure it was 17 years. 2002, 18. It'll be 18 years. It'll be 18 years this coming October. And who knows? Who knows? Probably was longer than that because you know the way that happened. But anyway, so we don't talk too much about it because of the medication. But you see the video. I mean, you see the pictures, and that can happen again because the AIDS mutates, and it could be another virus can come out, and it could be worse than worse than this. I mean, there are two viruses of HIV. There's HIV-1 and HIV-2. Here in America, the most common HIV is HIV-1. And in Africa, and countries like that, you have HIV-2. There's a difference in the sense that their development, the way they take over their body, is HIV-1 lasts for a few years, while the other one, HIV-2, it takes longer for HIV-2 to become what they say AIDS than it is HIV-1 to become AIDS. The attack of the body is different. A lot of Africans die is because not because they had HIV or not because they had AIDS. It's because they didn't have the nutrients to eat. Your body needs food, and your body needs exercise. And once you exercise, if you exercise every day, your cells, how cells replicate themselves. You produce cells by oxygen. So the more oxygen you have in your body, the more you'll be able to produce your CD4s. So you're in Africa, so you're not eating healthy, because it's a poor country. So you're not going to produce as much cells as you want them to. I've known people that don't take medications and they're doing great, but they eat healthy. They eat healthy. They exercise daily. So that's what you miss. So that's what they miss. That's why you saw a lot of people in Africa die because they didn't have the proper meal. Sleep is very important. Physical maintenance of yourself is very important, and also this is very important because when people are diagnosed with AIDS, they say, "Oh, I'm going to die," so that plays the tricks on you. So you say to yourself, "I'm going to die, so I might as well do this." So you start taking drugs and you start doing crazy stuff, and then that's when your CD4s go down. Now you're depressed. And depression brings your CD4s down. You're depressed. Your depression brings your immune system down. So now you're vulnerable. And I want to emphasize to young kids, start using condoms. It's not only just AIDS. You got a lot of sexually transmitted disease out there: herpes, syphilis, the clap. It's a lot of them. And you don't want to be a first one to say, this person had AIDS, but this is a strain that we've never seen before. This strain is much more worse than 1 and 2. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be the first person that they come out and say, this is a different strain. Now how do we contain this? None. We try to do it with medicine, and it has done nothing. You don't want to be that person. Having sex is not just you and her, or you and him and him and him and him. Having sex is a responsibility. It has a responsibility, and that responsibility is to use protection. That responsibility is to protect yourself, to protect your partner that you're with at that time. So it's very important, that you use condoms if you're sexually active. And we need to be more vocal on AIDS. We need to go more to the communities, the minority communities, because that's where it hits the most. The elderly community is getting hit hard because their husbands, they get a little Social Security check, and then they go to prostitutes, and then they pass it on to the elderly, and then that man passes it on to his wife. I was in Puerto Rico, and when in Puerto Rico I was there, 60% of the patients that were there were elderly people. And you figured how you're an old woman, and that's how they got it. They got it through their husband, who went out and got themselves a prostitute. And I want to call out also if the Magic Johnsons of the world and all those people that have a voice, um, speak up to your community. Let your community know that AIDS is still out there. The AIDS is still out there. If anyone that's watching this video and you need me to go to community, you need me to go to school, you need me to go somewhere and speak about HIV/AIDS. So you need me to just to speak, to give a speech. Let me know, um, because I do want to advocate for AIDS. I do want to advocate for alcoholism. But my main concern right now is AIDS. No one talks about it, and that gets me mad. You got ribbons for cancer. You get people wear in baseball. They wear the pink ribbons, but no one wears the red ribbons. To commemorate the millions of deaths of people who died of the complication of AIDS. Um, whether it's been through pneumonia or suicide, because that's a complication of AIDS, right? Mentally, they don't know how to take care of it. So if you need someone to speak, and you need someone to speak to the community, to the youngsters in school, and whatever it is, just get in contact with me. And with Heart of Gold, I would definitely give a speech, and I would definitely want to educate our young. I would like to educate the youth. Kids nowadays, they just are having sex and they don't think about the consequences. They don't think about AIDS because AIDS is not talked about anymore. It just literally isn't. And it's a shame. So, like I said, if you need someone to talk to about AIDS in your community, in your church, because the pastor is not going to talk about it. When the pastor does talk about it, they say, well, if you have AIDS, that's something that you got because you deserved it. And I don't like pastors doing that because they are totally wrong. So just, guys, just make sure that you just wear a condom. Make sure that you are aware that AIDS is still out there. You saw the pictures of before. So just be careful. Having sex is a responsibility. It's not something that you just want to just have sex with a girl, or a girl want to have sex with a guy. Sex is something to be intimate between two people. But it's a responsibility when you have sex. Both of you need to have a responsibility of using condoms, making sure that you get you don't get nothing that the guy says, oh, that I don't wear condoms because it doesn't make me feel man enough. Then you say ask the girl, you say, well, if you're not going to use a condom, then you're not going to get nothing. It's plain and simple. It's plain and simple. I know there's girls out there who like to have sex and not be tied down. Use a condom. So it's nothing wrong with that. But we need to. I want to raise awareness on AIDS because I have a feeling. I don't know when, but I believe that I have a feeling that I have a feeling that sometime in the near future there's going to be a new strain of AIDS, and it's going to be much more powerful than the one that the one that we're dealing with now. And we don't want that. We don't need we don't need more of a pandemic than what we already have and what we have endured or have been enduring in these past few months. So people, please, if are going to if you're going to have sex, please use a condom. Parents, sit down with your kids, let them know what is AIDS. Let them, because you're my generation, and you've seen what AIDS did back in the 80s. Let them know that this still exists. Sit down with your kids, talk to them, um, and also for people out there who don't know how to tell their parents or who don't know how to tell their partners. If you need someone to be there with you, you need someone to talk to, and how do you do it? Get in contact with me, and I will help you out in the best way that can, so you can tell that loved one or your partner or your parents, that you are HIV positive. Because there's a lot of people that don't tell their parents or don't tell their lovers or their partners or their boyfriend or girlfriend because they're afraid of the reaction they're gonna get and the rejection. There is still stigma among us, towards us. I'm sorry, towards us. We have, we have AIDS, so we're contagious, and people just don't know the whole story. I would like to, if I can get Charlie Sheen in my show, I would. I sent him my email one time, but I never received anything. But I would like to get Charlie Sheen's an interview on my YouTube, because there are questions that I want to ask him. Um, and I think that Charlie Sheen would be a great deal. He'll be a great voice for AIDS. Magic Johnson has become, to me, a no voice to the AIDS community. He might give away money, he might do a lot of things, but I think he's more interested in his money, in his own company, movie theaters, his own ventures, than it is of having speak to the youth, or going to the projects in New York, go to the projects, or going to the projects in Chicago, or going to San Diego. I mean, not San Diego, California, or going wherever it is that he knows that young African Americans are being promiscuous. Um, he should be able to go to those places and let those kids know, boys and girls, what AIDS is all about. Just because you see Magic Johnson all healthy and stuff like that, um, doesn't mean that that at any given moment the virus can say, you know what, I've mutated in myself enough. I've studied this drug that you're giving me in the body, and now I'm going to turn it around. And that's one of my fears, is that the virus itself is studying the medication, and it's studying how it works. It could take 20 years, 30 years, and it's studying how it works, and then boom, all of a sudden it works its way around that medication, and now it knows how to work around any medication that you send it its way. So somehow, if you can get Charlie Sheen to watch this video, please do. And Charlie Sheen, I know it's a long shot, but if you can, I will leave my email. Um, Hit me up. I would like to have an interview with you. I think that you can make a difference in the lives of people. I think um, people will listen to you, because you have a big fan base, and that would be great if I can get Charlie Sheen here. But if not, let me get a doctor, or let me get someone who has my experience, and let me know how they're dealing with their being positive, how they're dealing. What you can be male or female, how they're dealing with being positive, what they do, what's their daily routine, how do you get your mentality, how you get prepared, and stuff like that. What was your reaction when you first came out positive? All those kind of things I would like to know. So just leave me a comment below, and let me know, guys. And also, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up, and remember that I am now doing, when I do my lives or anything like that, I am doing um Cash App, not Cash App. I'm doing Super Chat, where you can donate. Um, you can donate through there. I already, once I reached the 1,000 subscribers and I reached the 4,000 hours, and I had a AdSense account, so I started generating money. But I haven't seen, in 2 months. I haven't seen anything, because what they don't tell you is that you have to have a threshold of $100 in order for you to get even your first check. And I only have $78.57. So I need 70. I need $21 and I said 50. Yes, I need $21.43 for me to get to that $100. And then once I get that $100, and they'll send me that, and then they'll start. I could do it. I'm assuming that then I can change the way I get paid. And once it goes to through whatever it is that they go through, I can change it. That I can make it go straight to my Cash App, or I can make it go to my bank account. I'm assuming, that's what I'm assuming. I don't know, but I still haven't received anything in 2 months from YouTube. So guys, don't think that just because you have the channel, you got 1,000 and you got 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, that you're going to get paid quickly. It doesn't take. It doesn't. It's not like that. So I'm learning as I go. All right. So guys, if you're in the UK, if you're in Europe, you're in Italy, you're in Africa, you're in Australia, you're in Brazil, you're in Latin America, wherever it is that you are, get in contact with me and let me know. We can do a live. Let me know how HIV has impacted you. What courses or what are the protocols in your? I mean, I know what protocols are in every country, but how do your country deal with it when you become diagnosed? How do you deal with it when you become diagnosed with AIDS? Um, so let me know, because this is, to me, this is very endearing. What's alcoholism and AIDS? It touches the core of my heart, and I want to help as many people as I can to make sure that they don't have HIV, they don't get HIV, and if they do, what they can do. I'm trying to do my best to advocate for kids not to go into alcohol or drugs, because it's so hard. It's easy to get into alcohol, but it's so hard to get out. It really is. It's not easy. So if I can prevent you and I can help you not to start, or if you're starting and I can help you get away from it, oh, that would mean so much to me, man, guys. That would mean so much to me. That means more to me than money itself. That's pure gratification for me, knowing that I help someone else get off drugs. I help someone else tell that person that they love, listen, I have HIV, I'm HIV positive. Giving me gratification, knowing that that person has accepted his or her own diagnosis. And what do we do from once we get the diagnosis? What do we do from here? And that's what I want to be able to teach you guys. It's what do we do after you get diagnosed? Because for some people, the news can be shattering. The news can be, oh my God, what am I going to do? Am I going to die? And that's why I want to be here. That's why I'm here to advocate for you. That's why I want to be here to let you know that you're not here alone. So if you're newly diagnosed and you don't know what to do, hit me up and I'll get in contact with you to your to the email, or you leave me a number and I will call you, and we can do this. We can do this together. We can go through the process of this together. Um, if you need me to go with you, and tell your parents, or they can be, hey, you pay my ticket, I'll go, because I'm a poor man. But I will stand by you in every step of the way, because I don't want you to feel alone. I don't want you to feel that I got AIDS and I have no one to turn to. No, you can turn to King Geo. Can always. I will tell this to everybody else. Whatever you're going through in life, and you have no one to talk to, you can turn to my channel, and you can reach out to me, and I will be there. Now, I may not fly out there because I don't have the money, but I will call you. If I need to call you every day to make sure that you're okay, if you starting to use drugs, or you're relapsing, or you relapse and you don't know what to do, and I need to call you every day, remind you that today you don't drink, today you don't use. If I have to call you every day, remind you, hey, take your meds, that you take your meds, I will do it, because I want to help you. I want to make sure that you accept what you have and just live your normal life. So I'm here for you guys and girls. If you're afraid of taking the test, you can always get in contact with me, and we could take the test together. In other words, if I'm not in your state, we could do it, through video. I'll be there with you and stuff like that, and stuff like that. But I want to help you guys out, and I want you to take this serious. Don't forget that AIDS still exists, guys. It's very important that we still stay vigilant, and vigilant to AIDS, vigilant to other diseases, not just AIDS. But I'm talking in this case about AIDS, and I want you to just be careful. Sex is great, but sex also has a responsibility. It has a lot of responsibility. So don't think that just because you're gonna get you're making this, you're making this girl, you're making this guy. No, man, it takes a lot of responsibility, and you don't want to wake up one day and say, "Oh man, they give you the news that you have AIDS." You don't want to do that. I know a person that had AIDS and lasted a year because she couldn't handle it. So mentally, she didn't commit suicide, but mentally, she got so depressed that her viral loads went. And once that viral load went down, medication was unable to help her. It lasted a year. A year. My sister was one of those that had AIDS, and she was doing good with medication. And then she found out that her husband, because she got it through her husband, found out that her husband was cheating on her, so she got depressed, and she ended up dying of a pneumonia. because she stopped taking her meds. You know, so I don't want, and that's why I don't want those things to happen to you. So before you even think about anything like that, before you think about anything that it's going to be detrimental to both your mental state of health and your physical health, please get in contact with me. I'm easy to get in contact with. I always answer all my viewers or comments, whether they're good or bad. You know, I know there are haters out there, so I don't care, but I will still answer you. So don't be afraid. Reach out to me, and like I said, Charlie Sheen. If someone can get this to Charlie Sheen, and he can give me, I know I can write to his publicist. I know he's in Manhattan. I can do that, but if I can do it through here, it'd be better off because it'll take so much long just to write him a letter and explain myself. And if he even gets it, because the publicist, you know, his agent might give it to him, his agent might not give it to him because the agent's going to read it first anyway. Say, this is not worthy. You know, so I want him to make his own decision. I want him to make his own mind. You know, the one thing I noticed about yesterday that I did the video, I talk quick. So I'm trying to lower down the speed of my speech when I talk so you can understand me. So if I rambled, I do apologize. I just get excited when I'm talking. It's also a Puerto Rican thing. All right. So guys, so thank you very much. And God bless you. Have yourself a great weekend. Don't drink and drive, people. Wear a mask, please. Social distancing. Let's get rid of this, man. We need to get rid of this. We are the laughing stock of the world in the science community. Right now, we're not even allowed to go to Europe. When the hell have you heard Europe closing the doors to Americans? That's sad. That really is. So don't forget about the wearing masks. You know, people saying wear a mask. You're suppressing your own immune system. That's called stupidity. You know how long you have to. You know how long you have to wear a mask for that to happen. You have to have a mask for a very long time. So don't let these conspiracy theorists get to you. Wear your mask. You don't have to wear it inside your house because you're in your house. But when you go outside your house and still do social distancing, stay home if you have to, please. Send one person to do the house chores. Make sure that person washes their hands when they come in, and look, take the clothes and put it somewhere else in a bag, tighten it up, and that's it. Let's take care. Let's take care of one another. If Donald Trump is not willing to wear a mask, you do it because you're looking out for you and you're looking out for your fellow man or woman. All right, guys. Thank you. Peace out. God bless you. Like I said, if you have a great weekend, don't drink and drive. And like I said, if you're going to have sex, use protection, man.